Hey, it's Tom. 2 minutes on Twitter. How you doing? Hey, I want to thank Amy McPherson, Honors College, Phoenix College professor, wonderful woman, and Cordero Holmes for inviting me down to talk on the subject, which is near and dear to civil, which is how do you get two polarized sets of people to talk to each other? As you can imagine, we've all gone through that. Angry Thanksgivings, ugly conversation at the dinner table, girlfriend, boyfriend arguing over politics and whatever, and it winds up as the same thing that we see in the press, which is a Twitter war. Right? The Twitter guns come out, and we start shooting left and right, and everybody winds up angry. It's like, is there a fix for this? And the fix from one student's point of view is, aren't there some bridges, right, we can build? And there isn't a bridge. And here's the tough one. I mean, the two parties are so politically polarized. I mean, the principles upon which they build solutions are so divergent that they're poison pills to the other guys. Can't get votes anymore from the other guys because they're like, what the hell are you doing? That's nuts. So they completely, not just be diverted, so completely disagree that it all comes out as what they're teaching us today is how to be angry. And oh, by the way, here are the talking points. If somebody says something over here, here are your talking points, because it'll stop the conversation immediately. Right? Call them names, do this, do that, and it's ugly. Our leaders, which should be teaching us civility, are teaching us to be mean, angry people. It's embarrassing. I mean, if this is what leaders are supposed to do, we need to get a new country. It's easier though. We need to get two new political parties, or, as I recommended to students, don't join these parties. Literally, don't join these parties. If you're reading press accounts, don't read one press account. Read the guys on the other side too. You're going to get half the story, or you're going to get a narrative that says, oh, by the way, this is good, and those guys are idiots, and that guys go, oh, these are good, and those guys are, and you never, unless you read both parts, you have no idea. The world's either on fire or doesn't look too bad, or it's on fire for a different reason, and it's insane. H.L. Mencken, journalist, he might have been out of the 40s, 50s, I can't remember, but recommended that the job of politicians and sometimes journalists was to make us angry, so we read, right? Well, that's hasn't turned out well for us, right? So, I recommend it. Don't join parties. Read from a couple of different sources that are at polar ends. Otherwise, you will never know what's really going on in the world. Be more like, Einstein rather than Soros or Ed Koch or whatever. Einstein, like most great scientists, when they make a mistake, they go, oh, let's do this thing over. We obviously didn't do it right. He made a huge error, of which he apologized publicly for, and then went back to work and trying to figure out what was going on with the theory of relativity, right? That's what great scientists do. What great politicians do is, well, it doesn't look that bad. Maybe we can make this work. Could you give us some more money? It's insane. Be skeptical. And don't be a political scientist. Be a scientist of politics, and that is understand the data. Get all the data that you can. Get all the information you can before you just lay out some angry tirade at somebody else. Most people don't have enough information to do anything beyond get angry. Second one, you got to read more. You got to get more involved. And you got to have organizations, and this is the big one that I asked them. It's like, create an organization for independent students. If you're not going to join either party, be an independent. It's not exactly a party, but it's a community of people that are interested in something different than what both parties are providing, which ain't much, right? So those are some ideas. Hope it's of some interest, but this is what civil is about. Be independent-minded, be smart, be broad-minded, be skeptical, be like a scientist. Don't be like a politician. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, I'm Tom Llewellyn with Civil. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.